If you take $18 an hour and you double it, that's roughly what the salary is for a whole year. So 18 bucks an hour is, roughly $36,000 a year. That's a quick little hack you can use. It's usually a little bit more than double, so you can call it 37, maybe 37.5. And shit, they're probably paying overtime too because the way things are going in this market, it's probably more money out there than we even know. Um, the sign was flashing. I think it said for closing or closing managers or both. I don't know. Either way, 18 bucks an hour to work at Burger King. It's This Burger King still has one of the lanes closed down because they were understaffed, and I'm not even sure they weren't even working a full schedule. They were either closing early or closing on Sundays. There was something they were doing because they're just short staffed right now. But this brings up the question. I posted this on my Instagram because as these wages go up, I'm expecting the next time I go to get you know, I get a Whopper with cheese, an onion ring, and a Coke. I'm sure it's going to be like 14 bucks. They're gonna want to run a credit report before I can even like put my order in. It's getting so expensive as salaries go up. But they're going to pay 16, 17, $18 an hour for staff and closing people. And you start looking at what the like CNAs make at a hospital. CNAs in Michigan, I think, make like 15.50 an hour, up to like 18 bucks an hour. And you need some experience. And I think some of them can get 20, 21 bucks an hour. Don't quote me on that, but you got to have more experience. So when I posted this on my Instagram, a nurse hit me up, and she's like, "Well, I can make more money at Burger King, and then right now, as a CNA, I'm like cleaning up people's piss and shit in the hospital and dealing with like pissed off patients, and we're understaffed, and I'm risking COVID. Like, it sounds like I should just go work at Burger King because I could probably get $1 an hour more." And this is what's going to happen. It's You're going to see this shift because the hospitals are going to be a lot slower to react when it comes to salaries because they kind of got these fixed costs on what the health insurance companies are going to pay, what Medicare, Medicaid is going to pay. Burger King can just raise their salaries, and then they can just go raise food prices for the most part, unless they got to go back to Burger King corporate. But I'm assuming they got a little more wiggle room when it comes to raising prices than what healthcare companies do. So knowing that hospitals and healthcare providers probably can't react that fast, you're gonna start seeing people dive bombing. It's like, do you want to clean up piss and shit all day and deal with irate people in the hospital emergency room, or do you want to just go flip some burgers for 18 bucks an hour? I know which one I would choose. So you can see where this is going to start siphoning off workers from the healthcare system, which we're already starting to experience a healthcare worker shortage. Obviously, you're not going to have doctors that are going to go flip burgers for 18 bucks an hour, but a lot of times I think we overlook. I was in the hospital multiple times. You see the doctor like 1% of the time, and it's the rest of the staff that takes care of your ass. And you realize from the people that do the janitorial work, the nurses, nurse techs, the CNAs, the RNs, there's all these people that keep things running. They're the ones on the ground all day that really keep shit moving. I'm not taking nothing away from the doctors and the other staff. I think we think of hospitals and we think of doctors all the time, or surgeons, or all these like we've been watching too much TV, and you realize how much it's the other staff that is out there dealing with the dirt and the grime and the patients and the drama, to be honest, that keep things moving in our healthcare system. Well, now it seems like it just makes I'm gonna have a lot better life. I can get $1 an hour more. I'll probably get a discount on food. Yeah, I still got to deal with some assholes that come through the restaurant, but it's probably still significantly better than dealing with what I see as a I think they say the medical assistant, and then there's like the nursing assistant. Like, what you deal at that level for that kind of money, and now we're going to end up with a shortage. Now there's other jobs out there that are going to start paying even more money. They're going to start paying 20, 25 bucks an hour because everything's creeping up. That's going to siphon more people away. Some of these jobs don't seem that attractive anymore. I saw in Pontiac, Michigan, I saw a school bus out there. They're hiring 20 bucks an hour to drive a school bus. And it's like, if you're slow to react with the salaries right now, you're going to be in trouble on the lower end of jobs, because when it comes down to something you love, but it's hell right now, and I can do something that I may not love and it pays the same or better and it's less drama, people are going with I'm going to take less drama. So I thought that was an interesting comment to get on my Instagram. But you can follow me on Instagram at JamesPhillip313. You can send me an article anytime through a DM or a topic you want me to discuss, and I'll try to get it featured on the show. But, from their own perspective, it's like, I'm thinking about conversations I have in the last 6 months about people, potentially changing gigs because they can make equal or more money for less drama, or they don't got to worry about COVID. The world seems to be getting crazier. Do you want to deal with these psychopaths out there every day? We have a mental illness issue in this country that seems like nobody wants to address. Do you want to be out there dealing with that all day, or do you want to take a job for $2 an hour more that may not be the most glamorous work, but he doesn't got to deal with the bullshit? So I'm concerned about what's going to happen. Like every doctor's office I've had to deal with in the last 18 months, every day it gets worse. They have less and less staff, and the staff that I'm dealing with just seems really fucking incompetent. Even helping my father through some of his healthcare issues. They drop the ball so many times. It's hard to get anyone to call you back. They're understaffed. The people they can hire don't seem that sharp. Man, if you're taking care of like your parents right now or someone that's sick, you got to be on top of stuff, man. There's so people are dropping the ball left and right, and if you don't stay on top of shit, something will fall through the cracks, and something bad's gonna happen. You really got to be a project manager right now if you're assisting your parents or somebody if they're dealing with any kind of health issue. It's it was disappointing, but this is where we're at right now. We lost a lot of people who decided to exit the workforce and take the free government money. And then you got other parts of the market like this here that's going to siphon off some of our other workers from, even your local family practice. It's all around. When you start seeing like, well, I can just go do one of these jobs, and if they're paying $18 an hour, why not go work at this job for $18 an hour and get some experience, and then could you go to Panera Bread and make 20 or 22? Or could you get into one of these other larger companies with some experience, and now you're making $40-something thousand for dealing with probably a hell of a lot less drama than you're dealing with in the healthcare system right now. But I just know that the healthcare system is going to be slow to react because they have these very fixed costs they're dealing with, and that's kind of where the salaries get derived from. Man, we're in for a world of hurt if things keep going this way. But anyways, have you seen some instances like this? If you knew someone that made a jump or changed careers or got out of healthcare or did something else because of the amount of money that people are making right now, drop a comment below. I'd be curious to see if there's a trend. Or if you have your own stories of why you walked away, I would be curious to hear. Quick short episode. I quickly grabbed this snapshot. I was at a Chipotle grill next door, getting the world's most expensive brisket over there. I'm doing another episode, but I literally just spent $17 on a double brisket burrito from Chipotle Grill. Times are crazy, but I was coming out of there and I saw that sign. I tried to take a couple of quick snaps. I'm like, man, the numbers just keep going up, 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 up. Issue is, I know I'm invested in the hospitality industry, and I know quite a few people that own restaurants and franchises, and they're at a point where they're offering 17, 18, or even much as $20 an hour. They're having a hard time even getting one applicant, and then they do get people to apply. It's people that are actually worse than when they used to pay $12 an hour. So imagine being a small business owner and going from $12, $13 an hour to $18 to $20 an hour and getting worse employees. If that tells you what it's like to be a business owner right now, it's not a good time. But anyways, drop me a link sometime. I'll cover a story for you. Drop a comment below. Until then, I'm going to catch you on the next one.